Hi, welcome back to My Mom Life. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Jordan, and today we're making potato soup in the pressure cooker. Let's get started. Here are all of our ingredients for this potato soup. So I have 2.5 pounds of russet potatoes that we have peeled and diced. I have half an onion diced, 2 stalks of celery that I have diced. I have some cornstarch out, some half and half. This is 1 cup of half and half. You could also use milk, or you could even use a can of evaporated milk. I have half a block of cream cheese, 4 cups of broth. This also you can customize. You could do half water, half broth. I'm just using chicken broth, but you could do vegetable broth if you have it. I just had chicken broth on hand. I have half a teaspoon each of salt, pepper, and ground thyme, 1 tablespoon of oil, and 1 tablespoon of butter. So now we are going to put this all together. The cornstarch and milk are half and half, and cream cheese is for after we have pressure cooked. So I'm gonna set the camera up, get my Ninja Foodi out, and then I will show you what to do. The first thing that we want to do is turn our saute function on. So I'm going to turn on the Ninja Foodi and hit sear saute, and I'm just gonna put it on high and hit start. I'm gonna let that heat up for a couple of minutes, and then I will add in my butter and oil, and we will get to sauteing our onion and celery. This recipe is super customizable. I was kind of going through with you the ingredients, how you could add or change things up. You can add in a carrot here or a couple of carrots if you want, but I'm just doing celery and onion. So I'm gonna add in the butter and oil and let that heat up, and then we will add in our onion and celery and let those get nice and soft in the pot. They have been sauteing for a couple minutes, and they're starting to get nice and translucent. I'm gonna let them keep cooking, but I'm going to add in our seasonings. You could add in garlic, or like I said earlier, carrots, corn, whatever you want to this potato soup. This is kind of just like the base of it. And if you don't like onions and celery, feel free to skip this step altogether. The most important thing is the cook time, which I will get to in just a minute. Okay, my celery and onions are where I want them, so I'm going to add in the potatoes. Like I said, this is just 2.5 pounds. I just peeled half a bag. I had a 5-pound bag, so I'm gonna add those in. I went ahead and turned off the saute function. Hopefully you can hear me because it's kind of loud. And now I'm gonna add in my broth. So like I said, you could use half broth, half water if you wanted. I just had a big carton of chicken broth on hand, so that is why I went ahead and did all broth. Now we are going to put our lid on. Make sure that your valve is set to seal. And we want to cook this on high pressure for 8 minutes. So we're gonna go down to 8 minutes, hit start, and this is going to take a few minutes to come up to pressure. Not too long though, because we did have it heating up with the saute function going. And then once it is done cooking, you wanna let it sit for another 8 minutes, and then we will release any pressure that is remaining after those 8 minutes are up. Okay, our 8 minutes of natural release is up, so I'm gonna go ahead and release the rest of the pressure. I'm just gonna use my wooden spoon. Okay, so I have about a tablespoon of cornstarch in this bowl, and I am just going to get some of this hot broth and mix it in with the cornstarch. That will help us hopefully not have any clumps of cornstarch once we add it into our soup. Next, I went ahead and mashed up some of those potatoes. I just wanted to get a better texture to my soup, so you just mash them up a little bit until you get to the consistency that you like. And then I went ahead and added in the cream cheese and the half and half and the cornstarch slurry at this time. And I turned the saute function back on to medium high or high, whichever you prefer. And once that starts to slowly come to a boil, that soup will thicken up because of that cornstarch. And then it is pretty much ready to go. I served this in a bread bowl. You can find these at any grocery store. And I carved out the middle, took out some of that middle bread, and filled it up with the potato soup. And I topped it with some bacon bits and cheese and chives. And it was so, so good. This is definitely a yummy fall comfort dinner, in my opinion. I hope that you try this recipe. If you do, please let me know down below what you think. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.